I'm actually the first player ever who just reached 8,000 trophies, top 100 in the world with the newest card in Clash Royale, the Mighty Miner. I need to tell you guys, Mighty Miner isn't as good as I maybe thought or maybe hoped for, but honestly, it's still a viable card and it's pretty decent in this Royal Giant Mighty Miner. In today's video, I'm gonna show you what makes the Mighty Miner so strong in this deck and how I just reached 8,000 trophies, the first player ever. Nobody can take this away from me anymore. Absolutely insane gameplay, absolutely insane deck, and at the end, we're gonna jump into one live game in the top 100 in the world with this Mighty Miner Royal Giant control deck. If you guys want to support my videos, make sure to subscribe and also give a fat thumbs up on the video if you guys like, and also using creator code Mortar in the shop is highly appreciated, I would say. Now let's directly jump into the games and let's see how the opponents get destroyed by the pay-to-win Mighty Miner. Here we go, guys, here in the first game, and this is absolutely insane. I'm still like blew my mind. I cannot believe we actually did it. We actually got to top 100 in the world. We actually got 8,000 trophies as the first player ever with this deck. So honestly, this deck is really solid. I mean, like, honestly, this card is trash. So if I'm like honest with you guys, I personally feel like it's one of the worst cards in the game. So it was kind of tough for me to get the 8,000 trophies, but yeah, that was my goal. That was just my goal. I just want to play the new card. So if you guys are interested to see a deck with the Mighty Miner, want to use the deck with the Mighty Miner, this is the deck you can play. But generally, I would say if you're like trying to really get like 12 win challenges or stuff, don't use this deck. But yeah, if you guys want to have some fun with Mighty Miner, generally, this is my opinion best deck. And I mean, I proved it. I'm like the first guy ever who reached 8,000 trophies with this deck. Yeah, generally a really good deck. So what is the usage in Mighty Miner in this case? So honestly, main use for sure is like getting the free card cycle down. So in some matchups against cycle decks, generally, the Mighty Miner isn't doing anything, but you always need to keep in mind, if you have the Mighty Miner on the map, you just need 3 cards to cycle back to a 2, like Royal Giant. And also, he generally does pretty well against Queen because he has a ton of HP. This is what I really like to see. Also, what is really great about him is, yeah, just the pressure he does. I mean, you're gonna see like some matchups or like the next match against Bait, against Mortar Bait, which he helps even he doesn't do anything in a matchup, if it makes sense for you guys. So here I'm just gonna log being really aggressive because he kind of overcommitted there. And against Lava Deck example, against Speedrun decks in general, he does really well. So as you guys can see, we're up actually a ton, and this is why with the Ghost in the deck. Ghost plus Mighty Miner is a really good combination because with the Ghost we got a splash damage against any type of Royal deck. And with the Mighty Miner, we actually have the single target damage. Also have the Fisherman and the Hunter. Lava Loon is kind of tricky. I think like the toughest matchup for this decks are like Loon, Lava Loon. Also Mortar is quite tough. But this matchup, I think I won like 70-30. But against the best players in the world, I was struggling. So I think it's the matchup when your opponent doesn't play perfect, you should win. But if they play perfect, it will be tough. The plays the opponent need to do is just going for Queen all the time at the bridge and set up cannons and just EQ cycle you. So I think the sequence is honestly like a perfect defense. So we got a perfect E-Spirit down, we got a perfect lockdown. As you guys can see, we just have the Mighty Miner baiting out some units, even just skeletons, like just a delivery. The opponent, most of the time, has pretty similar cards to the Royal Ghost, like pretty similar cards to the Royal Ghost, as he has for the Mighty Miner. So it's kind of like a baity deck, I would say. Sometimes you're gonna bait out like the Royal Delivery with the Mighty Miner, then the Ghost breaks through, right? This is kind of what you want to do. This is kind of what you want to, like, how you want to play this deck. So generally, really great win. We kind of played him. We got a really good start. Kind of also double lane pressure really helped with the Mighty Miner plus Ghost. And on the left side, the Royal Giant. GG's were played. Great start of today's video. So this is exactly the matchup I was talking about in the last game, where I'm like talking about a deck or like a matchup where he doesn't really do anything. By the way, at the end of the video, I will also do a live game if I didn't say it in the intro yet. But yeah, so the Mighty Miner just comes down. I mean, it's pretty solid against any type of miner because, yeah, it doesn't really do anything. Also, which I really think is great about the boy is that he does pretty well against spells in general. So, like, Lightning Rocket isn't doing anything against him. So I think this case, I'm just going to wait here. I'm just going to go Hunter. This is honestly not an easy matchup. Cannon cut Mortar for single target damage. He has also the bats, and we have at least the E-Spirit, but he also has Spear Golem's guard. So it's kind of hard for us to break through, and also the cannon cut is really annoying. So just go for my Fisherman back. I'm just gonna go in for my Ghost, I think. I'm always kind of worried that he goes in like for Fireball or Miner on top of that, as he does right now. So Miner's coming down. Honestly, a really good Miner. Also my Ghost retargets here, so I'm just gonna go for my Log here. Kind of make sure that we don't take too much damage. That would be kind of brutal. So he just goes in for the Spear Goblins. I'm just going for my Mighty Miner here. I think I'm just gonna go use the ability here and going for the East, but I kind of expected him to go for bats, but he didn't, so he still has a lock at least, so we at least forced out a ton of elixir, right? So this is great. So I think in this situation, I'm just gonna go in for my boy over here. So in this situation, I need to be a bit careful. So I knew I was like up quite a ton, but guards are putting in the work, yeah, which you should do. So I'm just gonna go for, I think, for a Warrior Giant at 6 at the bridge, because I thought, okay, he doesn't have enough elixir, right? But yeah, he doesn't have enough elixir, but also I kind of played a really bad log there. I should have logged the spear guns, but I was like, okay, I can hit the guard and also the mortar and then maybe get some damage. But I just should have logged, honestly, the spear guns. I think I would have gotten like 2 or 3 shots. So small mistake by me, and we are down in a matchup which you don't really want to be down, because you can always chip away your tower. So yeah, I'm just going for my fisherman in the back. Okay, E-Spirit. I think I'm just gonna lightning cycle him here. Yeah, I'm just gonna do that. Also, what do you guys think about new lightning animation? I really like it. So I'm just going for my ghost here. He is going for spear goblins. So he's just gonna go for guards. Honestly, guards really counter, but at least we're baiting out something that counters to my ghost, as you guys can see. This is what I was talking about. So I think this stage I'm just going for an E-Spirit here. I'm just gonna go for the miner. Honestly, really good. I mean, for a fisherman, also against the miner, and just to distract the mortar. This was really great. So it's kind of lucky for me that the fisherman dies here. But I can just go in for this. And here I thought like, okay, he's going to be in trouble, right? Like, look at this. We're kind of getting like huge outcycle down. But he got a really good fireball. A really good log. But as you guys can see, the Mighty Miner really has a ton of HP and just kills the cannon card. And this is important. So I'm just going for my log here. I'm just going to go in for my... He actually cycled back to another spear goblin. That's insane. I'm just going for the fisherman. This is the perfect fisherman placement. When your opponent directly places the miner behind your king tower, then you get the king tower activation. You just need to play it... I mean, behind the princess tower, you need to play your fisherman behind the king tower, like one tile to the right if it's on the left side, and one tile on the left to the left when the miner's played on the right side. So I think I'm just going up for another Warrior Giant in the back. This is kind of what you want to do in this matchup. You want to build up slow pushes. And yeah, I can tell you already it's going to be so close. I'm just going for a miner here, for a hunter on top of the miner. Really important, he just drops this. So I really want to cycle back. So Ghost at the bridge, and then RG is just really, really solid. So I'm just going for my Ghost here. I'm just going to go for the RG here. I have my E-Spirit ready. I'm just going to go for my E-Spirit here, and we're getting a ton of damage. I'm also thinking I'm just going to lightning this, honestly, just to get some damage in case he plays like a mortar there, but he didn't. But still, I think, no, we don't get any shots. The Kaneka is also connecting, so it's kind of like spitting up damage, but we actually up like 50 damage. So I'm just going to go for my E-Spirit here. No, I'm not. I'm just going to go Hunter in case he log predicts my E-Spirit. So I think in this situation, I'm just going to go for a log here, try to get some more chip damage if we're still forcing out something. And I think right now I'm just going to go in for my another Royal Giant at the bridge. I think in this situation I'm just going to go for a Fisherman here. We got the pickup with that. And he goes in for another Mortar. But this time I'm like, man, like there's no lightning value, right? So I'm just going to decide to lightning the guards just to let him spend something on top of my Ghost. And he is just going to do that. So I just need to cycle back to another lightning. And we actually controlled this game really well. And as you guys saw, the King to activation actually won me the game. So this was kind of important in the matchup. We normally don't get it, that you're doing this play, because this won us the game. Here we go, guys. Here in the next game. This is actually the game which brought me to 8,000 trophies with this Mighty Miner Royal Giant. So playing against one of the best players, so arguably the best drill player. Also, do you guys see the drill got faster? I don't know what's happened with that. But yeah, I was like thinking to go in with a Mighty Miner, but I was like, okay, I'm gonna wait here because I knew like double X attempt should be better against drill. This is like a matchup where we kind of see the power of drill baiting out units. So we kind of need to shift away from the tactic, just having the drill to get on a tower, more likely to make it a troop like the Royal Ghost. So what is like the job of the Royal Ghost in most of the decks? The Royal Ghost doesn't have the job to get to tower. I mean, it's always great to get a good Royal Ghost to tower, but it's more likely to have a defensive card to counter push. So this is why I also think this card might work in drill in bridge ram decks, because as I said, it's kind of similar to Ghost. You want to defend at example against the Valkyrie, and then you want to counter push and just bait out troops for your big heavy damage troops. So at example, normally when you play bridge ram decks, it would be the elite barbarians, the battle ram that you're like forcing out something to get a connection with that. And in this deck, it's the Royal Giants. So baiting out troops to counter the Ghost, to counter to counter the Ghost, counter the Royal Giant with the Mighty Miner. So this is kind of how it works, or just bait a ton of Elixir that your opponent doesn't really have enough Elixir to respond to the Mighty Miner. So this is kind of my thought process. Maybe let me know in the comment section what you guys think about this card, but this is how I use it most of the time. Also, like, I kind of thought about ideas how to make the Mighty Miner better. I would think like the 1 Elixir ability could be like possibility. Let me know what you guys think. But instead of having like 2 Elixir ability, having just the 1 Elixir ability could be cool. Yeah, let me know in the comment section what you guys think about that. So I think in this case I'm just gonna lighting that. I didn't have my, I just cycled that. Also would have forgotten for Tornado. And you guys gonna see, I mean, this is like a really long game. I still don't know how I won this one, but I won. So this is actually really great. So I think I'm just gonna cycle Royal Giant back against control decks. This is a play, especially when he has Tesla, Nado, and Drill. So in this case I knew he would Nado that, so I'm just gonna go for my Fisherman. That was honestly absolutely insanely played. Some credits to myself. So I'm just go for another Royal Giant here. I'm gonna go for my Ghost here. So at least he needs to spend a ton of Elixir. So I'm gonna get the Log. I also hit the Tesla, which is great. And I thought, okay, this is going to be so much damage, right? But actually it isn't. Huh! He defended that flawless because Valkyrie plus Tornado is completely overpowered. So I'm just go for another Mighty Miner back. As I said, 3-card cycle is always great, and also just having on the map. Like the opponent needs to respond. So I'm gonna go for, he's gonna go for his Valkyrie. I mean, makes sense because he's gonna get like 2 shots on my tower. And you also, but he also used the Fireball, which wasn't really too good. So I think I'm just gonna go for this here. He doesn't have Valk and Cycle right now, so this is great. Also, what do you guys think about a new Valk profile picture? I actually like it. It's something fresh, but I mean, I think most of you guys don't. So that was actually a horrible log, and I was already like, okay, this game is a loss. But this is what I said, like right now, just using the Mighty Miner here, he used a really aggressive Tornado. And I knew like, okay, he could be in trouble now. I'm just gonna go in opposite lane here. This is honestly really, really good. And as you guys were seeing, this is the Mighty Miner. Just got the Valkyrie, and this was basically like, that was it. I mean, I didn't win the game there, but it was absolutely insane. So I knew, like, kind of knew that he's going to play Skeletons now, and I can just go for a predictive log. I'm just going to go for another Electro Spirit here. I need one more Royal Giant shot, and we actually won this game. GG's well played, and this game got me in the top to 100 in the world. And I would say we do one more live game, and let's see if we can continue the streak, Mortar Royale. Here we go, guys. Here in a live game, actually playing against Yusuf. So I'm just gonna give him a good luck, and let's see what he plays. So if he doesn't do anything, I'm just gonna cycle my Ghost, and he drops guards. So not 100% sure what this is all about, but I think he plays like a ton of Hawk. He's actually a pretty solid Hawk player. So I'm just go for my Electro Spirit like this. I'm just gonna go Lighting, honestly, because this means he still needs to defend this. So he's gonna drop his mini pack. Okay. Easy. Just go for my Hunter here, and I'm just gonna go for my Fisherman. I mean, Fisherman. Okay, I was kind of scared for 1 second that the Fisherman would target the mini packer, but it wasn't honestly a solid defense. I mean, we're down 1 HP. I remember there was a sad time back then. Okay, the thing is, he should have Earthquake. So cycling Royal Giants in the back is fine against Rockets. It's not every time to play. So I'll just go for my Ghost here. And I'm just gonna go for my Mighty Miner. That's great. Let's see. I mean, he still needs to play something. Otherwise, there will be some damage. So I can basically... Okay. Is it still getting to tower? No, it's not. But at least forcing out some Elixir, right? I'm just going for the Electro Spirit here. Having my Hunter ready. Let's go Hunter prediction here. I don't really think he's gonna Hawk. But yeah. I mean, I need to cycle it anyway, right? So I have my Fisherman back in cycle at least. That's great. Just gonna cycle my Log. Okay, gonna go for my... Just gonna wait as long as I can in case he used the ability earlier on, but he's not. So right now he's gonna use it. I mean, Mini Packer is really, really good against us. I'm just gonna go for this. He could go Hawk Mini Packer. That's what he does, actually. Okay. That's fine. Let's go Hunter here. I'm just gonna go... Okay. Interesting guards. Interesting guards. Okay, I'm just gonna go for my fisherman like this. Honestly, I'm just gonna go for my Royal Giant now. Okay, I thought about going in for my... Okay, please target the mini packer. Thank you. Oh, it gets the tower actually. I'm just gonna go log here. I'm just gonna hunter here. I hope it's just one shot from the Hawk Rider. And I'm just gonna set up another Royal Giant in the back. Okay. If he goes in for something in front, I'm just gonna lightning. Okay. Okay, but this case I think it's not well. Doesn't make any sense to do. Okay. Let's go for this. I'm just gonna go hunter. Let's go Royal Giant at the bridge. Let's see what he does now. Okay. One shot. Two shots. Maybe another. 3 shots. Okay, I'm just going E-Spirit here. Okay. Taking the advantage here. I think I'm just gonna lightning this. Because, I mean, Ghost gets some damage, so I could still switch up lanes there. Okay, I feel like I'm just go... Yeah. I knew he would do that. He thought I'm gonna go RG in the back. E-Spirit in front. I think this time I'm just gonna go RG in the back. Okay, let's see what he does. Hunter. Okay, I think I need to go Royal Giant now. Okay, can we get some damage, please? We get 1 shot. No, what the heck did the mini packer do? No, we got pancaked. Oh, that's unlucky. That's unlucky, guys. I mean, still great game. Still, like, we still got 8,000 trophies, right? We were the first player ever who got 8,000 trophies. I still hope you guys enjoyed this. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel if you guys don't want to miss any videos in the future. And let me know which videos you guys want to see next. Goodbye.